Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Wednesday race meeting. Pouring in Durban. Well, it was the last couple of days. They had torrential rain, but this this Wednesday, we've heard it's clear. It's cleared up, thank goodness. It may come back a bit later on, or whatever the case may be. But as we speak at 10 o'clock this morning on a Wednesday, Durban is clear in terms of rain. So looking forward to what they have as a 7-race program. This Hollywood Bets Poly meeting, remember, place accumulator and bipot, because it's a 7-race program, all start up in race number 1. Gary John is with me. He's going to join me to talk about the first race, which, just by the way, in terms of Betway's market, they've got Dressed to the Nines priced up as favourite, and that's priced up at 17 to 10. And number 6, Dayani, is the second choice at 2 to 1. There is one other that is worth mentioning. Feel the Wind is priced up 22 to 10, and then 14 to 1 bar the 3. Gary John, good morning, and let's start with the bipod and PAs, and how's it going that side?
Morning, Claude. All is going well, thanks. And yourself? I hope you're doing well and fit and strong.
Thank you. All good. Thank you.
That's good. Yes, just speaking on the first race at Greyville, I did like this horse, Lady of Vix, that is a scratching now. And then just speaking about the 3 horses I put in my bipot, which are the first 3 favourites, and then my PA, I only put the 4 and the 6. My first choice here will be Dressed to the Nines. It's tried the surface. It shows a lot of speed. I know it's coming off a small layoff. I think it should be the right horse in this field. And then just speaking on Diarani, it hasn't been on the poly. Last time it lost 3 lengths to Disting. And there's a slight form line with Diarani and Feel the Wind. If you go to Diarani's last run, it finished in front of Cape Capri. And Cape Capri Cape Capri did beat Feel the Wind first time out. So I actually see it in this order here, 4, 6, 3 in that order. Maybe I can tip the trifecta straight line. Okay. And if you're looking for a quartet horse, number 5, Lighting in the Darkness.
All right, 4, 6, 3, 5 perhaps from Gary John. Just from a comments perspective, Frank Robinson says affirmative, nice filly with scope, will run further. And Diarani can run into the money. There is the bipot, 3, 4, 6 by 1, 2, 3, 8. By 5 and 8, by 1 and 2, by 2, 5, 7, by 4 and 6. So let's get the bipot on now. It's 288 cost. And Gary John's worked out his place accumulator. Also 288 goes like this: 4 and 6, by 2 and 8, by 5 and 8, by 1 and 2, by 2, 5 and 7, by 4 and 6, by 1, 3, 4. Race number 2, welcome back. This is the maiden plate. It's run over 1,000 metres. Let's have a look at this morning's market at 10 o'clock, where Mind Map number 1, priced up favourite 15 to 10. 5 to 2 about number 8, Good Living, as the second favourite. 3 Mo King is at 7 to 1. 8 to 1 about number 6, Capolino. And number 5, Rail Road, is trading at 10 to 1. They've got 12 to 1 and better about the balance of the race. So, being race number 2 now, it's pick 6 time. So we need to get our pick 6s on. Gary John's worked out a pick 6 for us. And he's also worked out something that we might be able to get some value with a horse in double digits, Gary John. Is that right?
Yes, Claude, that's correct. I might be grasping at straws here, but I do feel that this horse is priced up completely incorrect. And when I look at this price, it's really inviting to have a bet on it, because you can't get hurt at the price. I mean, with a win in place, you're looking at 25 to 1 a win and 7 to 2 top 3. There's only 7 runners now without the scratching. So, I mean, we've got to beat home 4 runners to run a place. Just speaking on River Dance, on its last run, there have been winners out of it: JP's Palace, Actor, and Comedy Club. Now, there's a line horse on this run here with in Luna Lux race. There was a horse called Real War that ran 4th there. That River Dance only ran 2 lengths behind. And if you go to the second favourite here, Good Living. Good Living's last run to I Salute You ran 4 lengths behind Real War. That ran 2nd in that race. So on that form line, we're 2 lengths clear. We've got the draw 2. Good Living has the draw 8. So yes, I have to like River Dance. And then just going back to its juvenile run to Cold Shine, Grovefield was actually in there and was only 1.3 lengths behind. And if you go to Good Living's first run, it ran 6 lengths behind Grovefield. So I'm willing to say River Dance is going to finish in front of Good Living here. I do have respect for the favorite, but at 15 to 10, I can't have my money on it at this price. I believe the value lies with River Dance here at 7 to 2 a place and 25 to 1 a win. I'm having a bet on it to win in place. I think it could get it right in this field. And yeah, let's shout it home.
Let's shout it home. River Dance, number 2, 25 to 1 at the time of recording. Even the handicapper saw something. He was a 72 in his last start. I see he's now 75. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the first leg of the pick six. Let's get those numbers on and get going out at Hollywood's Bets Greyville today. All right, note that in race 3, number 3, Seeking Space is not running. That's been scratched. Just in terms of the first-timers, there are 2 very nice first-timers here. Number 1, Meritorious from the Dean Cannemeyer stable. Number 2, Mocha Blend from Frank Robinson stable. So lovely horses there that are well-bred. Let me just have a look at the comments from the trainers in the computer form, just to get an idea as to what they say. It's not their Dean Cannemeyer's made reference to Meritorious and saying that nice filly, may need the run, and Mocha Blend Frank Robinson says nice filly with scope, will one further. Okay, so that's the latest from the trainers in the computer form and their comments. In terms of Betway's market, Meritorious this morning, number 1 is 18 to 10 favourite. Number 2, Mocha Blend is 5 to 2. And then you got a horse that has run before called D-Day. Number 5 is priced up at 4 to 1. Then 6 to 1 and better about the others. How do we play it, Gary?
Clyde, over here, I haven't really taken note of the first-timers. I just know that that the one of Frank Robinson is the half-sister to Bahrain that used to be with De Kock. It was a really good sort. And, yeah, just speaking on the race runners, if you use process of elimination, yeah, D-Day is a possible pick 6 banker, because if the first-timers do beat you, you'll still be in. Just speaking on its last run, it did run just behind Jet Lavish that came out to win by 4.9 lengths on the Greyville Poly, which is good enough form in my opinion. And going back to its last run, where it ran to Firecracker, it actually beat Hot Lava. And I see one of the race runners over here, Silver Quill, has run behind Hot Lava. So if you take that out, and also knowing that D-Day has beaten Fake Decreed, you're really left with number 4, D Rossa and Run for Peace. I've left D Rossa out if you guys want to add it in, but I've gone with the 2 horses, D-Day and Run for Peace. My second choice here, Run for Peace, its last run to Lucrative, it improved quite a lot. I think this form line's also good enough to pop up here. I mean, with Lucrative coming out to win, Lady of Distinction won the other day, Edge of Tomorrow. So I think the 2 horses here should get us through the exotics.
Yeah, that may well be right. And of course, Safari Lodge's formula had also been franked from Jet Lavish's side when D-Day was 4th on that occasion. Okay, well, let's take a jackpot, 2, 5 and 8. Note that with first-timers, jackpots have to go in. Your first-timer, you know the jackpot rule by now, everybody. So if you are going to include first-timers, make sure you put them into the play. Gary John's recommendation from this point of view is 258 by 124 by 257 by Banker 4. Maiden class field over 1,600 metres now. We have a look at race number 4, which is due to run at around 14:35, and take a look at the latest with regards to the Betway market. Well, let's start with that quickly and just take a look. Number 5, Prince Florian, is top of the boards 22 to 10. 2, Magma Magic is 3 to 1 second favourite. Then you've got Brave Bomber, number 1 on the card, is priced up at 9 to 2. And number 3, Lava Burst, is next best in the betting, is 8 to 1. There's another 8 to 1 shot here. Let me just see who that is for you quickly. It's number 6, Priceless Pearl, who's also priced up at 8 to 1. Then you get 10 to 1 and better about the balance of the runners. This race 4 will be start of the second jackpot. We've got races 4, 5, 6, 7 to come. Gary John, what's the play?
Clyde, in this race, I made it between 1 and 2. I have added the 4 in. Let's just speak on the Cannemeyer, the favourite, the Cannemeyer horse. In its last run, it did lose lengths at the start and it was finishing quite strongly. I'm not 100% convinced on this form line. I know it looks like it was running on, but I do feel the front horse that day was stopping. So on that, I never really liked the form line of it, I must admit. Now, speaking on Brave Bomber on its last run, it wasn't also, once again, not a strong field. But if you take the winner out, it did beat the field by 9.4 lengths that day, and it was trying the poly for the first time. I see they're dropping it back to the 1600. I don't see a problem with that because it did hit the front quite early that day, and maybe the 1600 might be better for it. Just going back to its run before to the Actor, there's been two winners out of there, Chili in there and Artist Model that have come out to win there. So the form line's there, but there is a line horse with Magna Magic and Brave Bomber. There was a horse called Always Shining in there that did beat Brave Bomber by 3 lengths. Now going to Magna Magic, it's in its last 2 runs. There's been a half a length between Always Shining with the run to Lancia, and the run before there was a 0.7 length beating where Always Shining has beaten it. So there's about a 3 length plus minus difference on that form line with Magna Magic and Brave Bomber. But there's one slight concern that Magna Magic hasn't tried the poly. I was very indecisive with these 2 horses, number 1 and 2. If there was anything I had to lean towards, I'd actually lean towards the 1 over the 2 because it has been on the surface. And I do expect improvement from number 4, Bandmaster. I think it's going to enjoy the step up and trip over here. I see the race here 1, 2, 4, 5 in that order.
Okay, the interesting thing is Brave Bomber dropping in distance, going over this course again, or in this distance one more time, and that may well be to its liking. But from Gary John, 1, 2 and 4 by 2, 5 and 7 by 4 and 6, and then Banker 1. All right, you're back with us. Welcome back. Good to have you on Betway's Weighted to Win. Talking about Betway, they, of course, sponsor the Summer Cup. As you know, they put the race up to 6 million rand. And, well, the early look at the field, see it again from Michael Roberts' stable. Pierce Stratham, as I understand, will be riding. I spoke to Mace Roberts about this horse just to get an idea as to what's the plan with See It Again as he comes to Johannesburg. Confirmed he is coming to Johannesburg. He has a Pinnacle Plate run, I think he said to me, on the 3rd of November. Michael said 1 run on the 3rd of November. He'll have a plated run in a prep, and then he'll come perhaps a couple of days, maybe the day before, for the Betway Summer Cup. That's the plan with the favourite for this year's Betway Summer Cup. So some exciting times as we look forward to the month of November. A whole host of feature races here on the Highveld. Race number 5, La Ultimo's top of the boards this morning, Gary John, at 28 to 10. 3, One Irish Rover, second choice at 3 to 1. And then you've got the 5, Wave Warrior, who's priced up 3 to 1. You can get 7 to 1 and better about par those 3.
Yes, Clyde. It's really hard to look past La Ultimo, especially knowing after its last win, Tried and True did come out to win in Joburg. I think this form line is good enough to beat this field. It's basically run against the same bunch with the same form lines. And just speaking of the dangers, I think Wave Warrior is a danger to it. Just also knowing on the Shoefella run, it did beat La Ultimo that day. But I wouldn't look too much into it. I think La Ultimo should get it right today. And then just speaking on another horse called Count Marsh. If this horse also comes back to its best, it will be very competitive in this field. Also speaking on Robbie Hill, he's had 2 winners the last 2 meetings. The stable has turned. The jockey, Daryl Daniels, is also riding well. So I made it between those 3 horses. If you guys want to add one more horse into your exotics, I left it out as number 1, Forest Jump. You must add it in if you want to. And I see the race here 2-7-5.
2-7-5, okay, well that's how Gary sees it in that particular order for the running of race number 5. Okay, let's get on to race number 6 on the card now. And at top of the boards, number 4 on the card, Miss Pajot, priced up at 2 to 1. Second choice, number 6, The Ghost, at 5 to 2. 5 to 1, 7, Grape Shot. 1, Radu, is priced up 11 to 2. And 11 to 2, about number 2, Chelsea Flower. Aspurtaki, number 3, is trading at 8 to 1. And then you can get what price about the other horse in the race? 30 to 1. The Source Meritiana is priced up in double figures. All right, let's take a look at it. It's over 1,400 metres. Gary John, take me through it. What we need to do in a race like this to get through and survive. Reminder about Betway at the bottom over there around your tax and all the money that you can make around accumulation of turnover that you do through the month. Start your Betway account, and the first of the next month you get a percentage of the turnover you generated on your tote betting account. So that's a great way to start the month. Hope you guys are already doing that. What does this race look like, Gary John?
Clyde, I made it between two horses here, number 4 and number 6. I lent to number 4 slightly over the 6 because it has won on the poly and it's been on the poly. The Ghost has not run on the poly yet in its career, but it does have really good grass form line in this to take on a bunch like this. In my pick 6, I have put the 2 horses, and in my jackpot 1, I've taken a chance and I've banked Miss Paget. Just speaking on Miss Paget's last run, I know it ran a good race, but it was draw 10 out of 10 that day. But the run that catches my eye is the run to Perilla, where it ran second to Perilla, and Perilla's won 2 in a row and has been ultra consistent. And it also finished in front of a horse like Zenekele, what's also a top poly sort, and another horse called Little Black Velvet that came out to win the other day. And then just speaking on the Ghost form line, going to its run to Spirit of Lavana, there's been plenty of winners out of it. Spirit of Lavana come out to win again. Arvinian Goddess, Pearl in her crown, RC Lancaster 1-2, and the list goes on. So I did make it between these 2 horses, but because Miss Paget's been on the poly before, I had to lean towards it. And I also think that run to Perilla, that form line sticks out very strongly in my eyes. So I see the race 4 by 6 here. And for third, it's very open.
Okay, so there you go. A question hanging over the Ghost's head because she hasn't tried the poly before. Interesting to see how she does. Otherwise, it's Miss Paget for Gary John here in race number 6. All right, we're on to race number 7, the last race today, and this is a divided handicap, fillies and mares, 68. Field and More, fillies and mares, 1,400 metres. I guess we'll get an insight from Gary John as to what we're doing here. I do know that in his second jackpot, he had a banker in this particular event. If my memory serves me correctly, it was Beautiful Rainier. So Muzi Yeni riding for the Dennis Bosch stable. This filly's had a handful of runs, and since her comeback run, it's her 3rd run after the rest now. So she'll be just about cherry ripe. And just in terms of rating, she was an 85. Not long ago, she's dropped to an 81. Carrying top weight, but you may well be the horse to beat you. You could be onto something here, Mr. Gary John, Mr. Citron.
Clyde, yes, Beautiful Rania is my first choice here. Just going back to its last run to Skytrix, I think was a very good run from it. It was draw 9 that day, and this form line could have been franked now with Miss Paget, because Miss Paget only ran 0.7 lengths in front of it that day, and both were badly drawn. And also going back to its run to Magical View, Green Valkyrie, Arvinian Goddess. This form line, I think, is good enough to beat this bunch. And also the run in the Golden Slipper to Quid Pro Quo. Now it's got draw 1. Muzi riding like a man possessed. He's riding really, really well at the moment. So I had to lean towards that. My second choice will be Ginger's Delight. It brings good Joburg form into a race like this. It's not a good bunch once again. And my third choice and my value in the race will be Kitten's Adventure. It did come off a rest last time, but I also do feel the 1,400 will be better for it, and I'm expecting a lot of improvement from this horse. So in the order, I see it 1, 4, 3. Hopefully we can catch the exacta box, and Kitten's Adventure runs in it and makes it play.
Yeah, Kitten's Adventure, 20, 25 to 1, thereabouts, number 3 on the card. So 1, 3 and 4, we're taking exactas boxed. Ginger Delight debuts for the Kanemayer stable. We'll see how that goes. Beautiful Rainier drops in the rating, got a big chance. And the outsider, the source Kitten's Adventure. Thanks, Gary John. Thank you, everybody. Hope it's been a pleasant day at Hollywood Beds Grable. We'll be back with Daryl Marie to talk about Thursday at the Vaal.